they place an in memory of Steven Hillenburg at the end. No, you don't get to. You don't get to do that. You don't get to literally defile everything SpongeBob grew to be in just one simple movie and act like it's okay. What makes me so angry is that they did this and they honestly just stole his first movie and redid it in their own coat of paint. They changed the art style so it's not obvious, but this entire movie just has so many ideas and shots just ripped from the first. I mean, just look at this. You can't hide it. You literally stole Steven's masterpiece and took a giant dump on it. You thought you were slick by disguising it in gorgeous animation, but I see right through you. You messed with a legacy that could have ended perfectly. I would have been fine with just a second movie even existing because it wasn't as harmful as this movie is. This unofficial trilogy of SpongeBob just represents how out of touch the current state of Nickelodeon is with SpongeBob and how most likely will continue its downward trajectory.
So the two idiots make their club complete with fezzes, and Squidward makes them do tedious tasks so he can be left alone on his Sunday. But of course, they manage to screw that up multiple times. After a whole day of not being able to be left alone on his day off, Squidward has enough and installs a security system in his house to get rid of SpongeBob and Patrick. But unfortunately for him, the system malfunctioned and kicks Squidward's out of his house. The security system takes control of Squidward's house and begins attacking the city, leaving the mayor to give Squidward community service for the damage he caused, even though SpongeBob and Patrick were in his house the whole fucking time and were responsible for everything. Yeah! Fuck this episode! This episode is when the Squidward torture porn started to become a regular staple in SpongeBob's episodes. And this one is just one of the meanest, cruelest, and just plain unfair of them all.
See the fucking problem.
I guess crying does solve your problems after all.
Isn't it great that they're trying to teach kids such valuable lessons in life? Alright, you three. What's the word I'm looking for? Dipshits? No, that word is too good for you. Assholes? That's not quite right either. Fuckers? No. I'm just gonna call you three excuses for humanity until I can find a description that properly suits your crude, idiotic, and juvenile talentless asses. What reality do you three live in? I really want to know. I'm genuinely curious. In this reality, it's conventional wisdom that it actually takes an adult to write for children. What am I saying? That's not fair. Children would make better writers than you three. Hell, infants would. My dog would. You mindless, degenerate hacks. You three may want to thank your lucky stars every second of every day that whatever the fuck you sold your souls to was stupid enough to give you your jobs. Because if you lose your jobs writing this trite shit, you will most likely never work again. Not just in television, but in any job. I don't know anyone who would lower themselves so substantially to even reluctantly want your demented, poisoned minds around. Just leave us all alone and go back to the fucking sledge you came from.
Episodes of SpongeBob are so weird. People all over TikTok are pointing out how the show is literally unrecognizable from when we were kids. Considering things like the animation and the voice actors have completely changed, because SpongeBob doesn't even sound like SpongeBob anymore.
Sure felt good to get that off my chest.
I also feel like the animation never used to be this exaggerated, but it seems like they're just trying way too hard to be relatable to Gen Z. And people started noticing that these changes started to happen around the same time that the creator of SpongeBob passed away.
SpongeBob's memory. And then we get to the references to classic episodes, which I understand were nice for older fans to see, but liking the episode because of the references is like enjoying a poop sandwich because it has a slice of bacon on it. They go through the camping episode, without Patrick for some reason, dying for pie, and bubble stand. But I'm gonna let you guess. If you haven't seen the episode, what do you think is the episode reference that breaks the camel's back and brings back SpongeBob's memories? Snowball effect? Shanghai? Maybe Band Geeks? Well, if you gave me 1,000 years, I would have never come up with life insurance. Yes, you heard that right. Life insurance. I mean, yeah, it's an alright episode, but why did they think that it needed to be the memory that suddenly makes SpongeBob remember the save combination? Did they want to reuse animation? I am so confused as to why this was the magnum opus reference they wanted to use. Hell, if you wanted to use a modern episode, honestly, you could have picked Hello Bikini Bottom. Most fans seem to like that one anyway.
Krabby Patty! Sketchy.
Boo.
We'll drive him insane until he gets his grubby little hands on it.
case you haven't guessed yet, number 7 is Penny Foolish.
This episode isn't as painfully dumb as Cephalopod Lodge or Stuck in the Ringer, but in my mind, in terms of an episode, it's worse than every previous entry. The main reason is that the plot fucking sucks, and it's post-movie Krabs at his worst. While in the classic episodes, Mr. Krabs was a cheap son of a bitch, at least he was a person who did care about the other characters and was one of the funniest people on the show. The post-movie episodes have made him so cheap that he's a complete dick, even to the point where most people consider Krabs to be the real antagonist of the show now instead of Plankton, since he can never let Plankton have anything in life and goes batshit insane every time he tries to get money, and this episode is no exception to that. The episode revolves around Mr. Krabs spotting SpongeBob with a penny, and he becomes obsessed with the damn thing, to the point where all he can see is the penny. The next day, he tries to get the penny from him using various tactics, including building a theater where the admission is only 1 penny, doing a body search on SpongeBob for it, and breaking into his fucking house with a metal detector to find it.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Dude, it's just a penny. You want one so bad? Here, take one. There, now calm the fuck down.